Hello, hello. So if you have not been on this YouTube channel yet and you're first to appear, this is what you're going to be learning here. And before I tell you that, I'm going to tell you a little about who I am. Well, my name is Marshall Strong. I've been selling real estate for 21 years. I grew up poor. I grew up with confidence issues, stuttering problems. I was at least likely to succeed in high school. And then my history teacher had me over to his house just to tell me that, and that he was proud of me because I became a top 1% real estate agent in Fresno, California, top 100 agent in California in 2018, selling over 1,500 plus homes. So it's a pretty big deal, guys. I never really realized that. I'm not saying that to impress you, but impress upon you. When you do something hundreds of times, you get really good at it. So after becoming successful in real estate, it dawned on me that my main focus and what drove me was helping people and freedom, really, ultimately getting my own freedom. And I've never been good at people telling me what to do. So if you guys relate at all to that, you're gonna like this channel. This channel is called The Ridge Show, Real Estate Investing and Development. And the reason that is because it all goes together, and that's all I think about, that's all I talk about, and that's all I do. I retired years ago, but this is what I do. So I enjoy it, and I'm just gonna keep improving and bringing you more and more value. The more I understand the human psychology and the nature of humans, the more and less of everything. The less time I waste, the more value I can bring to people. So we're going to be talking about the ego today, guys. And going back, I told you a little about who I was so you understand that this isn't just some person getting on here that doesn't know anything. I have coached so many people off the fence and getting into a home. And that's why I was so good at what I do. For sales, to be a top salesperson, you have to know how to close. You have to be passionate, and you have to care about what you're doing. But you have to have marketing. So marketing, right? So once you get really good at something, then you add marketing to it, and that's what I'm going to be doing with YouTube here shortly. I'm building up a team to help me blow this thing up here. So if you guys stay tuned, if you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell, guys, you're going to be getting top of the level information from a top producing real estate agent. And I also bring real life stuff, things I go through, things I've been through to help people avoid mistakes that I made. And that is the reason for this video, guys. Today I was working with somebody, I was talking to somebody, a good friend of mine, and we're talking about the ego, and we're talking about a lot of things. So I'm going to go a few different directions here, but the ego is your number one problem for most people. It was my problem. It's until you have a conscious awareness that you're on a subconsciously you're on a program and you're doing the same things. So if you ever find out that you're constantly complaining, and you might not even know this, but you're not happy with where you are. However, most people don't want to move from there. They want to stay there. They complain, they do these things, but you can tell them something, and if they start to get, a lot of people will tell you their problems, but they really don't want help to have it fixed. That's what took me a while to realize. I thought everybody wanted to get better, but no, 95% of people don't want to get better. They all want it to be easier. They all say they want $1 million, but here's the thing. I can give you $1 million and you'll still be poor. I know hundreds of clients that are millionaires and still poor, still working. And the reason that is because they haven't got out of the mindset. They haven't become the CEO of their life. So I'm going to be talking about the ego, and I'm going to go a little tangent on a few different directions. I do have some notes below me here, but the number one reason you're stuck is your ego. If you're poor and miserable, it's because of your ego. And you would think that people want to change, and they really don't. They think they do, but they'd rather deal with the shitstorm they're in and the misery they're in versus leveling up and changing. Because when you become a better version of you, your ego has to die in a way. So the ego will always be there, guys. Your ego, I'm going to give you an example of what the ego is when you care about what other people think, that's your ego. When you learn to not give a shit what people think, that's when your ego is gone. And it's not being cocky, it's being confident in who you are, knowing that you're doing the best you can with where you are, and you don't really care what anybody else thinks. And doing videos for the last, 6 years, I've been doing videos, guys, lives on Facebook and YouTube for over 6 years now. So it's taken a while to get comfortable to do these amazing videos as you're seeing here. This is going to be my best video yet on the ego. So me and my friend were talking about some things we're going through, and really we're in a very similar spot. He's 10 years younger than me, and we relate so well because we've gone through similar things. He's in a business, but he's going through things with his father that I've been through with mine, and I can just boom, like hit it on the head of what it is. And whether you're married, whether parents, kids, the biggest thing that the challenge you're going to have is everybody's at a different level of where they are. You are the average of your circle. But if you're growing and your circle isn't growing as fast, then you're eventually going to separate. This is why marriages don't last. Number one reason, I can tell you because I was married and I was committed, but I realized I really didn't know the person that I thought I was with. And once you can't hide, no matter how hard you try to hide your character, there's no hiding it over years. So it took me about 4.5 years to level myself up because I thought I had myself under control. And then after living with a person that was, how do I say this without assaulting anybody, they were addicted to misery. So some people get a high. Actually, there's tests on this. People can be addicted to feeling miserable. And it doesn't matter if you are that way, guys, and if you're watching this video, you're probably not, but if you've ever been here, guys, and how do I say this? I would say, I don't know, let me go back here. So when I met this person, I'm an intense individual. They were an intense individual. But my character, in my opinion, I always tell the truth. I'm going in the right direction. So I had flaws. But this other person also, they weren't honest about things, okay? So eventually that comes out. So all I could do is better myself. So the last 2.5 years of our relationship, I became, in my opinion, a saint. I was studying, learning, 4 a.m. every day, being out of the house before they woke up because I didn't understand how somebody could constantly want to fight about nothing. So after living through that, I can help people. And it taught me that the reason people are poor, the reason people break up, the reason people are miserable, it's all their ego. Now, I had an ego. I still have an ego. But my ego, I can separate my consciousness from my ego. I am aware when things happen that I'm not on a program anymore. And there are still things I'm working on, but for the most part, my program has been broken. I'm aware of the feelings I have so I can control the things I do versus reacting out of emotions. So I'm giving you an example. Talking to this person, they're growing, and the person that they're talking to, their father is, and this is the same with my father. I've been through these things, but they're at different levels. So they have a business. The son wants to grow and do more. The dad doesn't want him to do, stay right where he is, and it's really just it's a control thing. So when your ego, so no matter who you are, what relationship you're in with anybody, you have to understand when you meet somebody, if you're not going to grow anymore and they're not going to grow, you're going to gradually grow, like very gradually, like maybe, 1% better a year, like most people probably do, then you're probably going to be happily ever after and grow. But if one person is ready to live their best life and willing to get uncomfortable and to grow and become a better version and to die every single day, because you have to die to yourself to become the best version of you. Okay? So I can predict these things and see these things. So if you have any questions and you're going through stuff and you want to understand why these things are happening to you, keep watching these videos because you may not understand all this and think some of this stuff is dumb. Because I've been coaching people for years, and some people like to hear stuff, but they aren't willing to get uncomfortable to make the change. And what I've learned is that I'm only one to help people that want help. So if you're wanting to help on anything, making more money, better relationships, kids, dating, any of that stuff, guys, I have done so much of it. I have learned. I want to be the best at whatever I do. So when I was a kid, I came from a broken home, poor family. So I assigned my happiness as a blueprint as a young child, which most kids do by what they go through, as get money, get a family, and you'll be happy. So after having all that and then losing it all, I've really been able to analyze everything and grow through the pain. Not like most people use substance abuse and trying to numb it. No, I wanted to feel the pain because through the pain I grew. And I've had so many older people especially tell me how proud of me they were that I didn't get DUIs. And because, guys, going through business things, losing everything, losing the family, I've been through everything in about 3 years, as you can imagine. And I felt the urge of dying. I felt the pain, not the urge, the pain. I have died to my old self. And that is why I'm a better version of myself. So if you want to master yourself and you want to live the best life ever, guys, you're going to go through the same things I've been through. So listen to this channel, subscribe, reach out to me, guys. I do coaching as well. But again, I've been selling homes at a high level. I've been coaching the last 7 years. But it all comes down to personal development. It all comes down to growth. At the end of the day, you have to be the best version of yourself and die to the old you and get better and improve 1% a day, and you'll get better. So the only thing I've ever been afraid of, guys, ever that I can think of was being poor. That's what's been my drive, because to me, my definition of being poor caused all these other pains I went through, but really it wasn't. It was really mastering thyself. You can be absolutely poor and still happy, still grateful, and still living the best life, and no one will know it if you manage yourself wisely. So that's what it comes down to. So I had to figure this out once I had $1 million and lost it all within really overnight. But it even took about a year to lose it all. So it wasn't a good experience. Everyone around me told me to file bankruptcy. And I'm telling you this because I made it through and now I'm back even better than where I started within about a year and a half it took me. But it was a horrendous experience, losing everybody around me because nobody can understand what you're going through. And you won't ever realize how lonely you can be and how much you can love yourself. And that's another subject of learning to love yourself because it's huge. Until even your own shadow disappears. You're so by yourself, your own shadow will leave you. So, but it's at that time that you realize how strong you are, and you'll never have hit the levels you're going to hit without going through those losses. So you guys, whatever you're going through right now, whatever it is, wherever you are in life, I've worked with everybody, people, millionaires. Well, I haven't worked with billionaires. I've worked with millionaires, and I'm still working on their mindset to get them to the new level. The new level, because it's not about making more money, guys, which helps, but because money is energy. It's about becoming the best versions of them and going after happiness and becoming the best version of themselves. That is what we are here for, not to live in a comfort zone. So if you make $1 million, so look, everybody thinks that money will make you happy, and you probably heard money doesn't make you happy. Well, look, it does. Money makes it easier. However, learning how to make the money and who you become is really the biggest part of the whole journey, because you can lose that money, and you probably will one day. Almost every single millionaire has gone through bankruptcy because they've had to push the envelope and had to learn new things that no one around them ever knew. So what I'm telling you is get a coach. The best advice I give you is get a coach that is where you would like to be, somebody that that's why I do these YouTube channels, is to inspire people. I wish I had a coach. I would have done this by the time I was 25. 10 years, shaved off 10 years easily by having a coach. So it's worth spending $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for even an hour or two of somebody's time that can tell you. So I had $300K in the bank. I had over $1 million of equity. And what I should have done is got a coach and spent 10, 20, 30K and say, hey, look, this is where I'm at. What do you think? Or maybe got 2 or 3 coaches and listen to them for a few hours, because it would have probably saved me over $1 million. So wherever you are right now, guys, getting a coach is the best thing you'll ever do. And the reason you won't do it is because of your ego. So I had to basically become a psychology major to understand that, oh man, this is why God lets you go through things so you can grow through them. He'll never give you more than you can handle. And I'm a testament to that. And I know that no matter what I'm going through, I know God's got my back and I'm going through it so I can get better. But I've had to go through so many wars to understand this, to know that the enemy is real, guys. The enemy is envy, jealousy, your best friends, your parents. Everybody around you eventually will turn their back on you. And I say that with love in my heart and with understanding. And maybe not everybody, guys, but there's a chance, because when you level up in life, you will, people around you love you, but they only love you until you're doing better than them. They don't want you to do better than them, because when you do, it shows them that they could have done more. And they don't even know this, guys, until they level up their mindset and they grow. So the biggest thing you guys can do to grow right now, guys, is get uncomfortable every day. I don't care what it is. I like to add things to my regimen, and I've been doing this for 5-6 years now. Adding cold showers, adding an apple a day. I have no bad habits anymore. My last bad habit I got rid of was feeling sorry for myself. Now when I'm going through the fire, I smile. And I know no matter what, that no one's going to take away that smile from me. And I'm grateful for where I'm at, where I'm going through, because I look back at what I've been through and I go, every single obstacle got me to that next level. So thank you, God, for giving me the ability. He won't reveal everything to you guys, because you don't even know what your potential is. But your potential, when you die and go to heaven one day, guys, my biggest fear is having God say, this is who I wanted you to be. So I'm going to discover that. And you can discover that every single day by getting uncomfortable, taking cold showers, working 2-3 jobs, leveling up, just keep doing more and more and more and more. And eventually, what I'll tell you right now, self-education and growth, working on it an hour a day is where you should begin. Work out on your health an hour a day and self-education an hour a day. And if you do that, you will become obsessed with it, because the more time I spend, about 4 to 5 hours every day working on my self-education, because that is what is going to give me the most growth, most money, most time, most family, most kids, most everything, guys. So again, if you're going through the hard stuff, just remember that this too shall pass. Whether good, bad, you make $1 million, you make $1 million, this too shall pass. Remember that. If you think about getting a tattoo, even though I stopped getting tattoos about 13 years ago, but this too shall pass. It's tattooed in my brain now. Guys, start putting new programs in your brain. Start leveling up with positive things. We all have, my old habits are gone. And that's why most people in my life are not there anymore, because they don't understand me. They don't get me. I make them feel uncomfortable, all kinds of reasons. But at the end of the day, I still love them. They still love me. And the universal law says this: if you work on you and become the best version of you, everybody else around you will become better. So if you keep leveling up, guys, it's painful, but eventually people will catch up to you and you will meet new people, and you will one day look back and know that you made a huge difference. And that's the best thing you can do in life. All right. So you're a prisoner and will remain a prisoner until you kill your ego. That is when you have become a better version, the next level of yourself. I think I said that, but I have some notes here. Okay, when you outgrow your partner, guys, you won't truly know who you are with, who your friend is, you won't know these people until you outgrow them. If you ever do, if you outgrow them, then it's going to be uncomfortable. And you're going to realize one day it's like you're not that person anymore. That you just aren't, but you still love them. You're just not the same individual. And it's a great thing. And for my case, I learned to love myself more. So the people around me were more of takers, and I'm always giving. And I realized after learning to love myself, and when you're the only one there, you have to learn to love yourself. Then it wasn't taught to me, guys. Everybody's at different levels in life. But if you're going through hardship and you're trying to level up and you're growing, you guys gotta want to watch these videos because I'm gonna be getting raw with you guys, teaching you everything to level you up faster. Whether you want to make more money, attract more women, better relationships, guys, it all starts with you. If you're not happy with where you are, it's your fault. Once you take accountability that you're responsible for everything you're in, everything's your fault. If the person cheated on you, lied to you, took your kids, took all your money, whatever it is, guys, you allowed it. So once you take full responsibility, you work on you every day, you go solo, you go ghost mode for a year, 2, 3 years, and just work on you, everything else gets better. And then better people will come and you'll be like, wow, I never would have even been at this level to handle. The people that are in my life right now are business people, conservative, and I'm attracting those people because I am becoming more of that, and I wasn't. I was definitely more extreme. So with that being said, guys, it took me losing my first million to learn how to live abundantly. And I've been with more debt, less cash, negative cash, and spending more money than I've ever did when I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. And what this taught me is because my mindset is different now. I am living a more abundant life. I understand that everything can be taken from you one day. So your perspective, remember this, guys. This is a great perspective that I always remember. From 20 to 60 years old, and I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you know 100 people the same age as you, by the time you turn 60, if you're lucky enough and God has blessed you enough and you serve enough people, because God, the more people you serve, the more God is going to love you and wants you to give you a bigger purpose. So just keep serving people. I truly believe that. And here's where I'm going with this. By the time you reach 60, 37 people are dead. So that means by the time you reach 40, it's about 17 people are dead. So at the end of the day, maybe it's 35, 17, whatever. By 40, it's 17. I'm going to share one more number after this. But if you have that perspective, and the older you get, you'll see people being in comas. Your best friend, boom, doom, doom, people falling, drop like flies. If it doesn't get you to where you want to live your best life and you just want to be comfortable, you're going to live a miserable life. It's easy to make money, guys. That's what I learned. Money is easy. Loyalty is rare. You think money's hard? Everybody around you, they all want you to lose. Because if you win, they will feel sorry for themselves and they will resent you. So you have to be around winners. But if you're not a winner yet, you will go through this phase. So as soon as you realize that, guys, start growing, push through it. There's a saying I've seen that, what is it? Cows and bulls, one of them, cows turn around when the storm comes. Bulls walk through it. Bulls will they'll go through the storm and get out of it quicker. A cow will just run from it and live in a storm their whole lives. That's what a majority of people do. By the age of 35, 95% of people will never change. Only 5%. And I am one of those because I will constantly get uncomfortable. I am more comfortable with being uncomfortable than I am with being comfortable. So average people, I make feel uncomfortable. They don't even like being around me because I have so much energy and they can't handle it. They're sitting there drinking their alcohol, trying to numb all the shit they're in that they don't like instead of working on getting better and living their best lives. And they think I'm the one with ADHD. No, actually, I had a saying for this, ADHD. Always driven, always direct. Whatever you want. I have energy, guys. Whatever you want to label me, people. But I want to live my best damn life. And I'm finally at a point where I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. And that's because I'm okay on my own, by myself, without anybody. Of course, I love people around me, but only people that are going to add value and level me up in a way that I don't have, that I can level them up in a different way. We're all growing together, guys. So be blessed, be healthy. And I hope this video has helped you in one way or another. Please hit the like and subscribe. Hit it now, boys and girls, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.